Listen. Listen quietly. Listen intently to your thoughts. It'll tell you everything that you need to know. When you meditate, when you're quiet, across the religious board, everybody meditates, right? There's no religion, there's no doctrines, no dogmatic philosophies, just quiet. Just thoughtful understanding of one's own ability to reason. And when you take the time out to understand that, when you take the time out to give yourself time to stop and think, then you become a leader. You become powerful. You start to rise above all the noise and the nonsense. And you get to something that everybody's looking for. The spirit of truth. Because that's why I'm here. To give you that quiet so that you can obtain and maintain the spirit of truth within yourself. The only way that we as a people will allow someone like that puppet in office to have another term in our beloved America. The only way that'll happen is if you don't take charge of your own thoughts, because his followers are not. They don't care. Okay? They don't care about your civil rights. They don't care about the fact that a man had his neck, for all intents and purposes, broken. They don't care about that. They don't care about your neighborhoods. They don't care about your protest. They don't care about how you feel when you see them wearing their mega hats. They don't care about any of that. Because their agenda is to hold power. And if holding power means to subjugate you, all well and good. That's all that matters. I live out here in Western Pennsylvania, and I can tell you, going from here to Greensburg, that courthouse that I showed you, there's nothing but Trump-Pence signs. You go ahead and believe those polls if you want to, and don't get out and vote. You go ahead and believe that your vote is not going to count in an absentee ballot. You go ahead and feel that either the left or the right is going to somehow cheat their way into office. When you do those things, you allow doubt to come in to what we, the people, have taken so long to build up. This is our country. This is not their country. This is not the few's country on either side. This is our country. I want my voice to be heard when it comes to helping out my neighbor. You see, I don't need you to understand who I am, but I do need you to understand that I'm going to do whatever is necessary, by any means necessary, to make sure that you don't trample on my freedoms. that you don't trample on my inalienable right as a human being not to be belittled, to made small of, just because you want to hold your house in the hill. Okay? I don't care what they're saying about whatever. If you have to, put your mask on. If you have to, stand out there in the cold. If you want to protest, tell you what you protest. Protest at the polling sites. Keep those lines nice and long. Because the fact of the matter is, they're no longer the majority. Black and brown and yellow and all these other beautiful colors are the majority now. And now, the only way that they can win is if we give it to them. Throughout all of history, as I talked about before, there's only one way that somebody can enslave you, and that's if you let them. Letting someone else enslave you means that you're already a slave here in your mind. You've already given up your freedom in your mind. And when you do that here first, it's just an easy kick down the road. It's an easy kick of the can for somebody else to make you a slave. Okay? That's what Malcolm X talked about when he talked about the slave mentality. Our lives are just as important. Our lives matter just as much as theirs. Just because they held power at one point in history, don't mean that they hold power, or doesn't mean that we should allow them to hold power now. Don't give up in your thoughts. Don't think that just because they've hold power now before that they'll hold it forever. Because things are changing. And believe in that change. Know that that change is not only a part of you, but it's part of a revolution that has been going on for years. And you can hear their screams. You can hear their cries. You can hear them feeling like they're getting ready to become the minority. And they're going to scream loud. They're going to fight hard on every level. And if we don't meet them there, sure, they will hold power in the future. Don't allow yourself to be hoodwinked and thought of as somebody who can't think for themselves. Don't allow somebody to tell you, oh, get on your knees and pray to God and it'll be all right. No, it won't. There's been a lot of people throughout history that did that, and they're in the grave. And I can tell you what, they're rolling in that grave and they're saying to themselves, I should have fought. But since I didn't, you must. That's what they're saying. That's what our ancestors are telling us to do. Because here's the thing. If Trump gets in office again for the next 4 years, the tide that we have pushed forward to make happen will come to a screeching halt. It will come to a screeching halt. Know that you have to be a rock. You have to be a rock in your family first. Make sure that if you're not with the baby's mom, make sure you stay there with those kids. If you're the baby's mom, make sure that you see that the child sees his father, and use the courts as a very last resort. Don't go around begging somebody to understand you because they don't want to. All they want to do is subjugate you so that they can hold on to what they believe is theirs. But remember, it's ours. All of ours. And we not only have to fight, but we have to fight on an intellectual level. We have to make sure that, hey, if we can't win this battle today, that doesn't mean the war is over, because we can win this battle tomorrow. You can go up to your court and win that battle for your sons, for your daughters. You can win that battle of keeping your family together even though you and the baby's mama ain't together, because the structure of the family is the key to the structure of keeping your freedom. And if you don't understand that's a part of it, you're doomed. We all are doomed. And the small percentile will hold on to power. You want these oligarchs to stop? Stop it now. Stop it at this election. Get off of social media. 2 or 3 hours a day. Just give yourself time to think. Slow it all down. Stop it. Meditate on your next move. These are the keys to your success.